Today is Black Friday, as we all know, and this is the largest shopping day of the year, and protesters have not been shopping. They've been protesting in stores. They've been screaming and semi-looting and encouraging other people that are shopping not to shop in protest, like in allegiance with Mike Brown in Ferguson. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that they do have a good point as far as them protesting, and I think that it's very important for our people to come together as one.
Well, I mean, someone having been through the legal system, what do you think? Well, I mean, how do you feel? Like, what are the ramifications, so to speak? Because Mike Brown, everybody knows the story, but everybody doesn't know a black man's encounter with the police.
Okay. Well, basically, in today's, with our youth society, I think that they need more leaders and people to give them more guidance. Because what happens is, when there's not a leader there, they start following one another, and then when they start following one another that's in the wrong direction, they start making bad choices and decisions.
Moving along, we're going to discuss Ray Rice. He's just been reinstated to the NFL, eligible to be picked up by any team in the league. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this?
Well, I think that it was good that he got reinstated, but the topic of domestic violence is a very important topic that needs to be addressed, and a man should not put his hands on a woman.
With that being said, who do you think will pick him up?
I think it's going to be very challenging and very hard, because it would set a bad tone for a team that would pick him up, but you never know.
You don't ever know, you're right. And what was our last story we were going to discuss?
About
Tamir Rice.
Okay, now as far as Tamir Rice, the 12-year-old that was shot and killed.
That's so sad.
That was a sad story, and I think that the police today should use better judgment as far as when they perform their duties, as far as shooting or whatever. It should be told where they should aim, like at the leg or the arm sometimes, instead of aiming to kill.
I guess that's what has me so dumbfounded, because, you know, even in Ferguson, he didn't say. It'd be different if you wounded the man and he was there to refute what you have to say. But when you shoot somebody and then we're left with your word, it's like, and then I don't know if you've seen the video of the young man being shot, Tamir Rice, but he literally, I guess, a man calls and he says that he thinks the little boy there's somebody playing with the gun.
Yes.
And he says he thinks it's fake, but he's scaring people. He said like 3 times in the car he thinks it's fake, but they're scaring people. The police roll up, they tell the little boy to drop the gun, but they have their guns drawn. So he draws his gun, and they shoot him, and when the officer calls it in, he says that the boy is 20.
No, okay.
It's a 12-year-old kid.
Yes. And I think that they should use a lot of better judgments in that situation. And at times we are more stereotyped, especially Afro-Americans, that they always look at the problem.
That's true. Okay, into today's episode. So Paul, I've had the pleasure of reading a little bit about you just in my due diligence, dealing with Hassan. But I would like to hear from your words, your story.
Okay, well, I was charged with running a continued criminal enterprise in Washington, D.C. in 1990. And I was sentenced to a life sentence in 1992. I did 23 years, and I was blessed to get released in 2012 of November. And right today, I'm doing a lot of projects as far as giving back to the community, and I have changed my life around. And I have did a lot of things that a lot of youth, as well as elderlies and kids, can do as far as giving back. So take my advice and look at all your loved ones, because you cause them more stress and pain when you be put in a situation, and everything reflects back to your choices and decisions.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul. It's been a pleasure.
All right, thank you. I gave you a hug too.
Cool.